to get the most out of your stomach massage, you need to set up correctly. So black pad for traction. Traditional, you're going to go with 4 springs for your round, 3 for your arms back, 2 for your reach and twist. Do you. But the joy of having an adjustable foot bar means you can accommodate tight hip flexors, tight low back, tight everything. The tighter someone is, the lower the foot bar is going to want to be because it increases the angle of flexion. The higher the foot bar, the more the decrease the angle of flexion. I'll show you what I mean, right? So here I am, I get on in the equipment, right? I've got a standard setting here. Look how much flexion I have to have in my hip socket, which means I have to have that much strength in my core to be able to lift and pull me through the squat that this is, right? Now, if I got hip issues, low back issues, this former, I can go down a little bit, bam, right? More open of an angle, not as acute, right? A little bit easier, therefore, than to help lift me back up on top. Now, for viewing, I'm going to leave it at this angle of the foot bar so that you can really see the massage. The massage really comes down to the breathing, okay? So that I can talk to you, I'm only on 3 springs for the round. Again, traditionally, bow, do you, right? So I press out, get that action of the footwork of the feet into the bar on the balls of the feet. Now here's where it happens, right? Yes, wrap, squeeze, do the legs, right. But the breathing, right? If the breathing stays focused in the mouth and the throat, and there's nothing actually happening in the abdomen, that's not a massage, right? Now, you're in a curve, right? I would be more rounded if I weren't blabbing my mouth right now. So it's really hard to inhale with the front of the ribs or the chest for our chest and shoulder breathers. These people, well, they're immediately cut out of that action because then they're going to have to try and do this to breathe, right? So immediately we have to access the posterior diaphragm, the lateral diaphragm, and utilize the eccentric contraction that basically your entire spine and spinal muscles are in when you're in the round. So my inhale needs to fill up and widen through the back body. The exhale then needs to be front body. I'm going to lift my arms up just so you can see that movement. If you don't have that movement, one more time, I'm breathing through my back body. Oh, that's so hard. And then I'm going to exhale. You should see and you should feel this movement. And I'm going to come back in putting my arms down, right? I just lifted them so you could see. So in a traditional, we're going to inhale out. Find that exhale, start to move, scoop, and massage. Because as the contraction of the front body works to keep that spinal flexion, it's saying we're concentric, we're eccentric. That action begins to open up your back muscles more, giving you a massage. Okay? Now we're going to go on to the arms back, you say, because once you put your arms back, you're not in as much flexion. Correct. I know. So, arm circle, hello, shoulder block, hello, shoulder block. That's lovely. If you need to be down here, go on down there. Right? Now, yes, we aren't as rounded. Still curled under in the tail, right behind the sits bones, but more of a line coming up out of the sacrum, up out of the low back to the top of the head, sight line forward and up. Still inhaling with that back body, but now more inhale gets to lift up through the chest because my arms are pushing open those pecs. But here we go again. I have to see the exhale. Watch the front body. Oh, that feels so good. I literally felt my entire back body as I exhale get pushed up from the work of my footwork. And there's this cyclical work of coming up through the spine. Sorry, it's really hard to talk here. As much as I'm pushing into, it's pushing into me, right? That connection is everything. I'm going back here. Exhale in. Now, should you choose to exhale out, watch what happens. It's a little bit harder to feel the movement of the projection of the exhale from the pelvic floor up and out because you're working against the weight of the springs in a position where you're really tight in your shoulders. Okay? So play with both and feel the reaction. But the bottom line is, if you want the massage, then you have to move your exhale, which means you have to pull your inhale in properly. Okay? Now I'm going to take down a spring. Right? Now I'm on 2. Press out. Now I could get into the whole footwork situation of stomach massage later on, okay? But right now, why is it a massage? Here I am, right? Exhale without abdomen. Eventually my shoulders are gonna have to start doing work to hold me up. Inhale. Find that work. Press the exhale up and out. Spine begins to reach taller and the arms off of the reach. As I come in, you just start to discover why the stomach massage is a hip flexor strengthening exercise, okay? Because my hip flexors are working right now. I'm coming into more of acute angle of hip flexion. You can't do that without your hip flexors. Here's the thing. I'm not flexing my hip to pull my knees towards me. No. I'm flexing to pull myself forward through the squat, right? Instead of falling back and down into it, right? And we say reach, we say reach, we say reach. But we're not just reaching the arms. You really have to think that the press and that cyclical push of the springs into you allows you to reach in and pull your waist, back body, front body, side body up. I'm going to take an extra breath because, again, I'm just running my mouth. As I come in, that exhale pulls up and in, massaging my back taller, making it feel lighter to the action of my hip flexors so that my hip flexors can, here it is, here's the work, here's the work. I have to keep pulling through my squat, and I have to lift my back to do that. Otherwise, as I come in, I fall down, I fall down, I fall down. Adding the twist in there, right, is just saying, let's get the obliques going, and let's challenge one side of your inhale, one side of your exhale more than the other, because yes, it does force one lung, one rib cage to do more once the obliques start pulling on you in the rotation. But you're still coming through the squat and all variations of your stomach massage, using your hip flexors. You should feel them. Will you get to a point where you don't feel them? Maybe. You're going to feel a whole lot of other things. Basically, everything from your knees to your ribs should be shaking and exhausted when you're done with your stomach massage. Okay? But the massage part comes from your breathing. That the inhale pulls the back body up and wide in all the positions that you're in. And that the exhale actually integrates the pelvic floor and all of the abdomen to push up back into the diaphragm, push the air out. That action makes front body and back body integrate with one another, giving you the sense of your spine getting longer, getting taller, and you will feel your back muscles change. That's the massage. It doesn't feel like a massage. It feels like a whole lot of freaking work. But that's Pilates.